I've been overweight my whole life, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, and it's my happiness is suffering. It's controlling my life.
That is Charlie Jabaley, and to an outsider, he really had it all. He was a millionaire with a successful music label. But Charlie was also over 300 pounds, and he was severely depressed. He suffered from a binge eating disorder and was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And that's when he said, enough is enough.
The bigger my business got, the bigger I got. Inside, I was very depressed, and I was sick, over 300 pounds, and diagnosed with a brain tumor. But I knew that everything had to change in my life if I was going to live.
Something that struck me is you said you envied people that had a drug addiction because you couldn't avoid your food. You had to eat.
Yes.
What was that like for you? With
food, you have to deal with it every day. And for me, it was a real addiction because I was told my whole life, you know, the diet and the restriction of food, and that would just make me crack, and sometimes I'd eat 10,000, 15,000 calories in a night, and I would wake up the next day and like the same shirt I wore the day before wouldn't fit, or like my skin would be bruised by the expansion, and my heart and my body would be just pounding from all the food. And with the addiction being so bad, I would want to make myself so sick to where I would never want to do it again.
So what was the tipping point? What changed? Because you've now lost 125 pounds in a year.
Yes.
What changed?
Rock bottom. Like, rock bottom is a very interesting place because it'll make you like look at your roots and see that maybe I'm in bad soil. Maybe everything I've been doing has been wrong this whole time. Sometimes the blessings come from the most interesting people. And there was this lady who worked at my favorite fast food chain drive-through, and I would see her almost every day. And one day she said to me, "You have to stop coming here." And I was just taken back, like my knee-jerk reaction was like, "Who are you to tell me? Like you don't know what I'm going through. Like, what are you talking about?" But then I thought about it, and I was like, wow, that helped trigger everything.
And you call yourself now a second chance superhero.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So, like, I'm dedicating my life now. So I retired from music at the age of 29, and I was like, I'm just going to go chase my dream. I'm now an athlete. I just did an Ironman in New Zealand, and I'm a bike across the country. And a second chance superhero to me is somebody who wasn't supposed to make it, but overcame, and who comes back to help everybody else.
What was it like to compete in your first Ironman?
So my mindset for the whole Ironman is I'm gonna treat this like an 8-year-old would treat it. So I just trained like an 8-year-old. I just wake up and train for a couple hours a day. I call it playing. And 10 months later, I was able to do the Ironman.
So what do you say to the person who is in the fast food drive-thru today and who wants to be able to make that change?
We have to think about food and health as life. When I would wake up in the morning, I was fearful of every meal. Everything was negative around food, and I had to make it positive. So I asked myself, is what I'm eating dead or alive? And that's how I was able to change my relationship with food. I'm now always full, and it's healed my body.
Well, and also, you don't have to starve to lose weight, and that's one of your philosophies, and you're going to show us some of those recipes.
That's right.
And how we all can achieve this coming up a little later right here on Weekend Express. Charlie, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.